Not correct for Indians to say Jai Shri Ram during the Ahmedabad match. And the same Rajdeep Sardesai had not condemned when a Pakistani player performed namaz in the field, stopping the game for some time. So, bringing religion into sports is not our domain, my dear friends. It is the domain of Pakistani cricketers and the radicals. When we are showing sympathy to blacks of South Africa, why are these people not showing same sympathy to our own Jammu Kashmir Pandits who have been persecuted for 30 years now? Their captain Shahid Afridi said Indians can never have large heartedness like Pakistanis and Muslims. When Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister of India, he had almost decided to do a caste census in defense, that is Army, Navy and Air Force. Can you believe that our defense forces will work on the basis of caste? This Congress and these secularists can go to any level to break this society, friends. And sports is only one of the medium, and we cannot ignore that, and we must not ignore that. Namaskara, friends. Secularists, liberals, and journalists like Rajdeep Sardesai say that sports and politics, sports and religion should not be mixed. I agree with that statement in an ideal situation. But in India, let us see over the years who has been mixing sports and religion and sports and politics. Let me give you a few examples. In 1971, October, there was a World Cup hockey semi-finals match between Pakistan and India at Spain. So Pakistan defeated India. Then there was a procession in a sleepy town of Tumkur in Karnataka at PH Colony, which is predominantly a Muslim locality, celebrating the victory of Pakistan over India. What they did was they garlanded a transistor where it broadcast the news that India had lost the semi-finals World Cup hockey match, and they took out a procession. Friends, 52 years back, I can watch that. More than 50% of the people who participated in that procession, where hundreds of people had participated, were illiterates, and 99% of the people were not even aware that there was a World Cup hockey match in Spain or India had lost to Pakistan. It is the 1% educated radicals who have instigated them to celebrate not only victory of Pakistan but also defeat of India. Friends, so linking of sports with religion and politics is not new to supporters of Congress, secularists and liberals. And in 1971 October, when this incident happened, there was an atmosphere of war in India because during that period, lakhs of Hindus, not thousand, lakhs of Hindus in today's Bangladesh, at that time it was East Pakistan, were killed, raped, butchered and massacred. So there was tremendous amount of pressure on the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi to wage a war against Pakistan. So Indira Gandhi waged a war against Pakistan 2 months after this World Cup incident in December 1971 and liberated today's Bangladesh. Since there was an atmosphere of war across India, this 11-year-old boy, who is also your speaker now, witnessed this procession of celebrating Pakistan victory and defeat of India in a sports match. Naturally, the doubt that came to him that day was, now in the impending war, will these people support Pakistan or India? So friends, either sports or war, our loyalty should never be questioned and loyalty is not negotiable. And as I said, friends, it is the 1% of radicals who try to indoctrinate 99% of their fellow people to stand against the unity and integrity of the country through sports. So, this radicalization through cricket or through hockey or through any sports should not be ignored and must not be ignored. Friends, from 1971, let us come to 1978-79. During that period, Indian cricket team went to Pakistan to play cricket test series. Pakistan defeated India 2-0. That is fine. But the then captain of Pakistan team, Mustaq Muhammad, he said, I thank all the Muslims of the world for their prayers and support for Pakistan victory. Whom was he addressing when he said all Muslims are world? Obviously, he was referring to the Muslims of India, as no other country had as much Muslim population as India, nor any other Islamic countries other than Bangladesh were interested in game of cricket. So this is the sinister plan to instigate minorities in India, because Pakistan since 1971 came to know that they cannot defeat India in a conventional war. The only way they can divide India is to break our society in terms of caste and religion. Now friends, let us come to 2011 World Cup, which happened in India. During the semi-finals match between Pakistan and India, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh also watched this match for a period of time. After 2011 World Cup semi-final defeat, Pakistan went back to their nation. Their captain Shahid Afridi said, Indians can never have large-heartedness like Pakistanis and Muslims. Friends, this is how these people try to instigate and create a sense of fairness among the minorities in India through the field of sports. And in the latest World Cup, just before the World Cup started, none other than Pakistan Cricket Board chief said, I am sending my cricket team to win in the land of our enemy. What he meant was, our people are going to the land of enemy, that is India, to wage a war. Unfortunately, he was given visa and he came and witnessed the Pakistan defeat against India at Ahmedabad Stadium. Not only this, many of our cricketers are on record saying that Waqar Yunis, Shoaib Akhtar, Javin Miandad have all abused us in the name of religion and other things. So, bringing religion into sports is not our domain, my dear friends. It is the domain of Pakistani cricketers and the radicals. And recently, all of you might have seen a tweet of one of the greatest leg spinners of India, Lakshman Shivrama Krishnan. He has tweeted that when he was bowling, Pakistanis not only abused his religion, they also abused his color. Imagine any other Indian abusing color of Shivrama Krishnan. What would have these seculars and liberals done today? Pakistan is our enemy nation. We have to make an exception for not mixing sports and religion and sports and politics, because Pakistan have killed thousands of Jawans, thousands of civilians at the border, and through their terrorism, either in Jammu Kashmir or Mumbai massacre or Mumbai bombing or across the country wherever it was possible. In fact, they did attack our parliament in 2001 to eliminate all the MPs who were present. Parliament was in session at that time, my dear friends. Are only radical Muslims, who form maybe 1% of their population, instigating the other 99%? The answer is no. Radicals are there in all religion, all castes and all communities. It is the Hindu secularists, Hindu liberals who are subtly and indirectly encouraging the radicals to behave the way they are doing. They act as a catalyst to the indoctrination. Let us see, it is not only radical Muslims who are spreading hate and fear, it is also the secularists, it is also the Naxals, it is also the leftists, it is also the liberals who are spreading hate and fear in name of religion. Now for an example, let us take what journalist Rajdeep Sardesai has said in these few days regarding the World Cup. The first thing he said was, it was not correct for Indians to say Jai Shri Ram during the Ahmedabad match. And the same Rajdeep Sardesai had not condemned when a Pakistani player performed namaz in the field, stopping the game for some time. Further, Rajdeep Sardesai has said lot of visa should have been given to the Pakistanis to come and witness the match. Friends, let me say about that. If more than a decade back, many Pakistanis were given visa to come and say, I have forgotten, maybe the World Cup or before that, to come and see the cricket match. What happened next? Out of many people, nearly 10% of the people escaped. They were not to be found. Police tried and failed. I don't know where they are, where they have planted bombs, where they have instigated people, and where they have done terrorism. Friends, when people came without visa, you know what Ajmal Kasab did in 26/11 in Mumbai massacre. When people came without visa, you know what people did at our parliament. And Rajdeep Sardesai says we should invite Pakistan by giving them visa. Now let us see little pedigree of Rajdeep Sardesai. First, Rajdeep Sardesai has unconditionally apologized to High Court for spreading fake news about the killing of Shorabuddin by police in Ahmedabad. And who was Shorabuddin? Shorabuddin was an extortionist, and as per police, he had links with terrorists and also Dawood Ibrahim. In fact, if he had not tendered an unconditional apology in the court, he would have either been fined or put into jail for spreading fake news. Next, much more serious thing is when terrorists attacked parliament in 2001, incidentally Rajdeep Sardesai and his team were inside the parliament. He came to know about the terrorist attack, and what did he do? Immediately he said his colleagues to close the gate so that no other journalist should come inside the parliament. So it is not only journalists, even the defense forces and army could not have come if the gate were closed. Then he said, now you can broadcast the parliament massacre and enjoy yourself. So when people have attacked parliament, when parliament was in session, Rajdeep Sardesai says to his people, enjoy yourself by broadcasting this. This is the seriousness and patriotism of some people, my dear friends. And it is in his own words which he has said that in an interview. Friends, finally I will give you one more example. In the recent farm protest that happened in Delhi, on Republic Day there was violence, and all the farmers tried to run towards Red Fort. So one farmer had died in an accident in a tractor which he was recklessly driving. Rajdeep Sardesai said in a broadcast that a farmer has been shot dead by police, and the farmers will not let go the sacrifice of this farmer. He also instigated people by tweeting. The reality, as I said, because of his reckless driving, he was alone in the tractor tumbled and the person Navneet died. Friends, Rajdeep was suspended without pay for his unethical tweet and broadcast on this issue. It would have actually instigated the Sikhs and the farmers for a riot. If anybody had any sense of shame, that day they would have resigned from their journalistic profession. Taking one more example of sports and radicalization, during 1970s when West Indies team went to Srinagar to play a cricket match, the spectators there were supporting West Indies because they openly said that we want to support any country that plays against India and defeats India. Even at that time, many of the secularists and liberals, this after all it is a sports. Within 20 years of that match, friends, you know what happened in Kashmir. In 1990, there was a genocide and 5 lakh Pandits were either killed or ethnically cleansed from Kashmir, and even today they have not returned back to their homeland. Friends, it is easy to radicalize people for a hatred for Modi or BJP or Hinduism or for votes, but it will come back like Frankenstein monster. That is like what the Kashmiri militants came, or like Bindranwala came, or like LTTE came. I will tell you one more thing the Modi haters were doing as far as the cricket team is concerned. Recently, maybe a few months back or a year back, they had identified all the players by their castes. Not only that, these people had identified the Pathankot 42 Jawans who were martyred, even them by their caste. Such is the sinister designs of Indian seculars, and majority of whom are Hindus. Further, when Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister of India, he had almost decided to do a caste census in defense, that is Army, Navy and Air Force. Can you believe that our defense forces will work on the basis of caste? This Congress and these secularists can go to any level to break this society, friends. And sports is only one of the medium, and we cannot ignore that, and we must not ignore that. Let us see other educated liberals. I will give you only one example. Kapil Sibal was a Union Cabinet Minister during UPA. Now he is not in Congress. He is also a secular and a liberal. He has opposed abolishing Article 370 in Kashmir. He has opposed Rama Janmabhoomi. He has opposed Uniform Civil Code in the court. But now he is also opposing same-sex marriages representing a Muslim organization. These were the people who wanted to build a school in Ayodhya Rama Janmabhoomi. But these are the people who are representing Muslim fundamentalist organization in opposing same-sex marriage. Friends, all this liberalism, secularism will come to a full stop when it goes to minorities. All the secularists, secular journalists and Rajdeep Sardesai, and as I said, this video is not about Rajdeep Sardesai, it is likes of Rajdeep Sardesai. They feel that Modi government is not allowing bilateral sports series between India and Pakistan, either cricket or hockey. Now let us see, was the Modi government is the first nation in the world to have brought politics into sports. I will give you few examples. There was no bilateral series between India and Pakistan from 1961 to 1978-79. It was the then Janata Party government which started the series in 1978-79. So 18 years under Congress rule, there was no bilateral series. Now let us see what other nations are doing when there are serious political or terrorist reasons. Further, India in 1974 under Indira Gandhi refused to play Davis Cup finals match against South Africa because of their apartheid policies. They said we stand by the blacks of South Africa. Fine, we accept that. Definitely that year in 1974 India would have won the Davis Cup, but they did not participate in that. They did not play South Africa. And India has never won Davis Cup so far. I don't think in the next 20 years India is going to win Davis Cup. That is a different matter. As a matter of principle, as the policy of government, we did not play South Africa. Fine. When we are showing sympathy to blacks of South Africa, why are these people not showing same sympathy to our own Jammu Kashmir Pandits who have been persecuted for 30 years now? This is the hypocrisy of sports, hypocrisy of liberals, hypocrisy of politics. Let us come to what other nations do when it is sports. US and other 65 of its friend nations boycotted 1980 Moscow Olympics because USSR had invaded and occupied Afghanistan. Subsequently, as a revenge, in 1984 Los Angeles Olympics, Russia and 13 other countries had boycotted the Olympics held at Los Angeles. As we speak, Russia has been banned from participating in European Football League. Perhaps they will also be banned from participating in European Championships and also 2024 Olympics if the Ukraine-Russia war doesn't end in next few months. Further, UK had not allowed Russian players to participate in their Wimbledon in 2022. Friends, you all know that when people play at Wimbledon or US Open, they play as an individual and they will not be representing any country. This is what other countries doing as a matter of principle when it comes to sports and politics. Friends, only if a nation survives, sports will survive. Only when nation is peaceful, we can have sports happily with any country we play. Friends, spare a thought for the children of Jawans, thousands of them who have been massacred and killed in our borders since 1947. Friends, shed a tear for the family of the people who have been martyred in Mumbai massacre in 26/11 and also Mumbai bombing and bombing across India by Pakistani sponsored terrorism. The same thing holds to Pathankot Jawans and their children and their family and their mothers and fathers. Friends, personally, I have grown up, I have studied in my college with Muslims. I have a lot of Christian friends. I have studied in a convent school. Friends, majority of them are as patriot as me, if not more. But the problem comes when the minority or micro minority of them try to radicalize them, and our secularists and liberals and Congress supporters instigate them subtly or indirectly, giving them that what they are doing is right, giving them the message that what they are doing is right. Friends, as I said, patriotism is not negotiable either in the sports field or in the battlefield. Namaskar, Vande Mataram.